Welcome back to Starting from Scratch. I saw this recipe and it's tomato soup inside of a bread bowl filled with cheese. Like, it's all my favorite food groups. So ever since I scrolled past that recipe, I've been dreaming about it. So the idea behind this recipe is to create a bread bowl, fill it with cheese, make another layer of a bread bowl, and fill that with tomato soup. That's a lot of bread. So I think what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna make the full recipe of tomato soup, but for the bread bowl, I'm gonna cut the recipe in half. Let's go. So the first thing we need to do is make the soup. 3 tablespoons unsalted butter. We're gonna put this in the pot on low heat. The next thing we need is 1 large yellow onion, and we're just gonna chop this up. Okay, so I've actually kind of been trying to learn how to cut onions the right way. Are watering so bad. Wow. Whew. Okay, so these actually got chopped up pretty good. I'm learning things. We're gonna go ahead and toss this in. And it says to stir this for about 6 to 8 minutes. So while we're letting this brown, I'm gonna start mincing garlic, and we need 2 garlic cloves. Okay, our garlic is minced and ready to go. I'm just waiting for the onions to brown a little more. I think because I kept them more chunky, they're not cooking in 8 minutes like I think they should be. Now it's getting brown. Okay, the onions are browning for sure. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the garlic. And then the garlic will stir in for about a minute, and then we'll add everything else, the tomatoes, the cream, and the chicken broth. So now we're gonna add heavy cream, chicken broth, and tomatoes, and then salt and pepper. We need about 15 ounces of crushed tomatoes. Oh, listen to that sizzle. Probably actually a little too high. Okay, calm down. 1/4 cup heavy cream. And 2 cups chicken broth. Teaspoon salt, and 1 teaspoon pepper. Stir that up. So it's really watery and soupy. Ow, that's hot. Idiot. So it's really soupy right now. I wish I had a better camera angle, but I'm too tall. I'll just squat a little bit. It's really soupy, as you can tell. So we're gonna bring it to a boil, then cover it and let it simmer. Those onions have me really crying, trying to make me look a fool out here. So we got our tomato soup on a boil. Smells delicious. So we're gonna turn it down to a low, let it simmer, covered, for about 15 minutes. And in that time, we will prep our bread bowl. So for our bread bowl, we have to bake them. And so I'm gonna use these metal bowls. We needed 1 for the outer side, cheese in the middle, and then more bread, and then this on top to hold the shape. So let's start on that. So the directions say to use 11 slices of bread. Since I'm cutting it in half, I'm gonna use 6 and figure it out. So first things first, we gotta cut off the crust. And that is going to create little, like, croutons for dipping, which is kind of neat. we got our bread slices here. So we need 2 tablespoons of melted butter. I'm just gonna pop this in the microwave. My butter is warm, and with the butter we're going to mix garlic, and we need 2 garlic cloves minced. So I just remembered that we're going to be putting this in the oven, and so I need to preheat my oven to 400 degrees. Alright, my garlic is pretty well minced, so I'm going to go ahead and drop that in the butter. Mix that up. It says to use a brush. I found this little cute little thing to brush on each piece of bread. Okay, we got our garlic and our butter on our bread. And now, I don't want to burn myself again. So our soup has been simmering for 15 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off. And then we're gonna put that in a blender and have a little fun. Somehow we need to get the soup in this pot into this blender. It's heavy and it's hot and I don't know if I can do it. Okay, let's see. We definitely have some spillage, but pretty much a success. Okay, for the most part we cleaned up our mess. I put the lid on my blender, but it says to leave the hole open so that the steam can come out, and then mix. It says to blend for about 2 minutes or until it's smooth and thick. It's not that thick. She's smooth, but not thick. Crank it up. Okay, if she wasn't smooth before, she's smooth now. I don't know about thick. She's a little thick. Back to our bread. Our oven is preheated, so we need to get on this. I think what I'm going to do is egg wash the inner and outer piece of each bread. We need to line this with butter, and I'm just going to kind of wing it on how it goes into this bowl. Somehow these are going to stick together. Oh no! I thought these bowls would be small enough. They definitely aren't. So I guess I'm just going to have to go for it and use all the bread, even though I didn't want to. This is really irritating. I am over it. I have a crack in my bread, and I just can't live like this. I'm just gonna line this whole thing with cheese. This is the ugliest thing. So like, honestly, I'm supposed to put another layer of bread on the inside of this, and I just really don't want to. I'm not going to. I am gonna make these bread croutons to dip the tomato soup in, but I'm just gonna bake this like this. I'm sure that's gonna make the cheese like totally messed up, but I'll just keep an eye on it. So it says to cook this for 15 minutes, 400 degrees in the oven. I'm gonna put it in there for like 5 minutes and see how messed up the cheese is, because I'm assuming it's just gonna be bubbly and gross in like 2 minutes, and the bread's not even gonna be cooked. So for the crouton sticks, it just says to put olive oil, oregano, salt, and pepper, and then like mix it up, and then we're gonna cook those as well on a sheet. These look just as pathetic as my cheese bowl. Okay, so if nothing else, it smells delicious. I'm gonna go ahead and check it. I think what I'm gonna find is just like a pool of cheese and our croutons. Yeah, basically. So we have here like a pool of cheese, and then just like raw bread. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it back in. I didn't think it would actually take that long to cook, but okay. This definitely did not go as I had envisioned it in my head. I was like so cocky about the other recipes that I had tried. You guys, I left it in for way too long. So I think what happened is I had the shelf too high in the oven and I charred the top layer of everything. Like, my bread is still pretty flimsy down below, I think because of all the cheese, but like, all of these are so charred. I feel defeated. So I'm gonna try to cut off the burnt parts and just see what I can save in this meal. If nothing else, I have tomato soup, which might be good. I haven't even tried it yet, but yeah. Okay, so I've salvaged some of this bread bowl, but I'm definitely gonna have to put it in a bowl and then put the tomato soup because it's just not gonna happen the other way. This is literally just like, ah! Okay, so like this is the ugliest thing ever. I'm just gonna pour tomato soup on top of this. It's because I didn't put the other piece of bread, maybe. Okay. The tomato soup looks good. Let's try it with a piece of non-burnt bread. Like, that's not even fair. I'm just gonna try just the soup. The flavor's good, but overall, this is a complete fail. So I've been put back in my place. I don't know what I'm doing. Everything about this was awful. So if you want to try this and see if you can do a better job than me, I highly encourage it. I don't think you could do a worse job than me. I will leave the link to the tasty directions for this tomato soup in a cheese bowl, and you can try it for yourself. Please leave it in the comments below how it turned out for you. If you like this video, like it, and if you're not subscribed already, please subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!